I think I feel to be very proud of being a Nigerian. I am a Nigerian number one before any other thing. Let me say this. We have to restructure this country. I want to see this country is restructured so that the various component parts can develop at their own pace.
The story of Nigeria's quest for true federalism, unity, development, and social justice will not be complete without the man, Chief Edwin Clark. Renowned for his tireless activism, Clark had an illustrious career and made a profound impact on the nation's politics. He bestrode Nigeria's political landscape like a colossus. He was unapologetically a true nationalist of no mean repute. Clark, without a doubt, was one of the country's best-loved activists and icons. He was a leading voice and champion in the struggle in the same mold as Chief Harold Dapabrie, Ernest Ikoli, Senator Melford Obiene Okilo, and Major Isaac Adakaboro, all of whom are of blessed memory. Born on May 25, 1927 in Kiagbodo, Delta State, the late Clark left no one in doubt about his commitment to always stand for the truth. His life was a testament to his unwavering dedication to public service and his unrelenting pursuit of equality. From his early life, which was marked by a strong emphasis on education, it was very obvious that he had greatness upon him and was out for excellence.
He was my elder brother. He was like a father figure, kind, gentle, and always spoke to the truth. I remember I was on holidays in South Africa and he called me, "Hey, college, where are you?" That's my name, you know. "Where are you?" I said, "I'm still in South Africa." And he told, "When are you coming back? Do you want me to die before you come?" So we have that closeness. In fact, this is my elder sister. He was such a person that he used to phone us almost every day. In fact, he phones her almost 3 times a day. He was very close to us, very close. To the extent he asked, "Have you eaten? Have you done this? Have you done this?" Very caring, loving, So we miss him a lot, really.
Fortunately, Clark is the son of my family. I am his uncle, and he was born 1927, precisely in May, and he lived a very noble life right from beginning.
As children, we might not really value him like that because I saw my father as my father, But I personally realized that, I didn't know my father too well. From what we're hearing from people, say, "Daddy did this for me, Daddy did this for me, your father did this for us, helped us here, did that for us here." So, we didn't know half of him. Took him as if just like father. So that's how we saw him.
The late Clark's educational journey started in Ephraim, where he attended primary school and later Okrika and Afugbene for his secondary education before proceeding to the Government Teaching Training College in Abraka. His remarkable performance and academic prowess earned him a spot at Holborn College in London, United Kingdom, where he studied law. This was after a brief career as a school teacher. His brilliance and intellectual curiosity did not go unnoticed. Obtaining a law degree further refined his skills and empowered him with knowledge to engage with the complex dynamics of world politics. Thus, he was fired up and well prepared for what the future would later serve him.
Clark was a force of nature. He was a colossus, a man who bestrode any environment he was in, even when he became old and infirm and confined to a wheelchair. He just had this tremendous presence. So even if he was sitting in a little room upstairs in his house, you could feel the power as you entered. Very strong character.
I may not be as shocked as very many others because when I went there, I saw his state, and in my usual way, tried to encourage him and pray with him, and believing that God will intervene in his situation, particularly at that age. And I had a joke with him to say, look, you have to clock 100 because we want to celebrate you at 100. And he returned and said, yes, my son, I will certainly be 100 years. And so that was like a covenant that we took. But no man proposes, God disposes.
So when you ask me to describe a man like Pa Clark, I still find it difficult to talk of him in the past tense. Unfortunately, he was one Niger Delta Nigerian leader who lived for a long time, and therefore, and was very active till the very end. So in the course of that long life, active life, he traversed a lot of spheres. Whether you are talking of the field of public service and where he excelled.
As a great man, he spoke truth to power when he was alive. The region has missed him. The country has missed him. There's no two-Pa Clark. So that void that he has created is very difficult to fill that gap. And we believe that it's time for us in the Niger Delta to be united, to come with a common front. What is most important is the interests of our people in this region and Nigeria.
Armed with the requisite capacity, Chief Clark's entry into politics was swift and decisive. Upon his return to Nigeria, he was elected as a councillor for Bomadi in Delta State. This marks the beginning of his lifelong dedication to public service and the commencement of his leadership in advocating for the rights of his people. As his political career flourished, he joined the National Council of Nigeria and the Cameroon's NCNC. The party played a significant role in shaping the political trajectory of Nigeria before independence. Pa Clark later became the secretary of the Zikist movement, a position he performed well to the admiration of other members. He also served as a Federal Commissioner for Information, which is today referred to as Minister of Information during the days of General Yakubu Gowon's military regime. Late Pa Clark's political odyssey saw his emergence as a senator in 1983 under the National Party of Nigeria (NPN) in the short-lived Second Republic. Although brief, his stint as a lawmaker was characterized by candor.
Clark is a man of many parts. He's a man that exhibited uncommon love for each of people. He's a man who could take bullets for each of people. He's a man who provided exceptional leadership for the South, and I can say even for Nigeria. And we're very proud that, he came from our own, our own ethnic nationality. But Clark was one man that loved Nigeria, that put Nigeria first before self.
When I listened to him at his age, the wisdom, the commitment to salvaging the people and advocating for the unity of the country without compromising the interests of different ethnic groups gave me a perspective of Edwin Clark that probably is different from what others will have. I saw him as a man who is courageous, a pan-Nigerian person, somebody who believes in the unity of Nigeria, believes in the development of Nigeria, but also believes that every component part of this country must be developed and no group should be exploited. And I admire his courage.
He is somebody who has touched the life of so many people positively. Somebody who has contributed greatly to the development of this nation, in particular the Niger Delta. Our story in the South can never be complete without the mention of Edwin Clark.
The way he spoke, the things he knew, and how quick he responded to things. He is an encyclopedia up till the time he died. He was very active, very articulate.
In trying to describe Edwin Clark and his contribution to the unity of the Ijaw people and coming together of the people of what is called the Niger Delta region is something that no other person would have been able to achieve this feat. There have been ministers, former governors, etc. But they did not take this route. Somebody must make sacrifices, put his life on the line, put his health, his livelihood, everything on the line to achieve what Clark achieved. From the time of Obasanjo till when he breathed his last breath, Clark stood firm and spoke truth to power.
Clark's audacity and bravery could not be contained. He was a very vocal man who remained committed to his convictions. He spoke truth to power, no matter whose ox was gored. His activism became the hallmark of his career. He was a vocal critic of corruption, poor leadership, and social injustice. His advocacy for true fiscal federalism and resource control was unwavering, earning him recognition as a champion of the Niger Delta region.
Ike among us was the most outspoken person in all the radical elements in our days. By his nature, he bears his mind without any fear, without any concern for anybody. We are a bit more diplomatic in discussing politics, but Ike will come out openly and said his mind without bothering as to who is going to be happy with what he's going to say and who is not going to be happy with it.
Clark doubles as an iconic and an enigmatic character and personality.
iconic for so many reasons. He was very outstanding in the advocacy for the peace, unity, stability, prosperity, and development of, first and foremost, the Ijaw nation, the Niger Delta, the South-South, the speechless, powerless, hopeless minorities across this nation.
For us, there are so many ways we can describe the man Pa Clark. He was an enigma. Here was a man who was 97 years of age, but he had an unfading memory of events, people, and things that have happened that have characterized this nation called Nigeria. So it means much more than what many people knew him to be. And for those of us in the Ijaw nation, we can't but celebrate the remarkable feat or achievements he recorded in his lifetime.
In 2005, during the Political Reform Conference, the elder statesman, as leader of the South-South delegates, led his team to stage a walkout from the conference over the rejection of 25% derivation fund proposed by the delegates for the oil-producing states. That action hogged news headlines and sent a strong message about Clark's unmistakable brazenness. His fearless advocacy was not limited to his political career. It cuts across his entire life. Clark's boldness in addressing critical national issues, particularly those related to the Niger Delta, was unparalleled. Even his critics acknowledged the candidness of his opinion.
His strong advocacy for resource control, to the extent that there was this conversation as to whether it should be 50% or 13% and all that. He staged a walkout to express the disgust. He also spoke against this offshore-onshore dichotomy in the distribution or allocation of oil resources.
I remember a very interesting interview that Pa Clark gave when he was making reference to the president at the time was Obasanjo. So you can tell that that's already about some 16 years ago. And he said, look, Obasanjo and I are contemporaries. I'm already at the departure lounge. And so I have nothing to be afraid of. I will be able to tell you, Obasanjo, my views, what is good for Nigeria. He wasn't speaking for Ijaw people, he was speaking for Nigeria.
He was not afraid of controversy. I don't think any human being in the world quarrel with him more than myself. I'm coming from a diplomatic background, and he's an activist. And so he always was hot. And number two, he was a busybody. What do I mean by busybody? You are from the Niger Delta. Something happens in Imo State, you take it up. You say, call governor for me. You call me because I was connected with a lot of people. You call me, call this person. You say, well, Daddy, why are you getting involved? This does not concern you. No, keep quiet. This is wrong. They can't do this to this person. He was a man that was always driven by fighting for what was not right.
Daddy doesn't have a normal day. Every day is a day to him. He always keeps you on your feet. He always tells you to do the right thing. Whatever he asks you to do, make sure you're doing it rightly, because you'll find out anyhow. So he was a role model, he was a father, was a disciplinarian, so to say. Whatever you're doing, you tell, I don't want Daddy to know. They'll tell, I don't want to. Don't let Daddy know that. Don't let it. So that's how I know Daddy.
In 2015, Chief Clark officially bowed out of politics after over 5 decades on that turf. He committed himself more to activism as well as philanthropy. The elder statesman founded the Edwin Clark Foundation and established the Edwin Clark University in his hometown of Kiagbado. The setting up of the university reinforced his love for education and his desire to provide young people with knowledge to face their future.
As an education administrator, he was a commissioner of education in the old Midwest region. Incidentally, the secondary school that I attended, government secondary school Torebini, was built in Pa Clark's time. Pa Clark was a pioneer frontline fighter in the area of granting educational access to our deprived communities and people. Only God knows the kind of secondary school whether I would have even gone to a secondary school.
He wanted Nigeria to be free for all, particularly in terms of education. That is why he founded E.K. Clark University. His passion for university was extremely high.
My stay at Edwin Clark University, it has been very, very impactful, both morally and spiritually. Spiritually mostly due to the chapel service that we usually have in school here. School is quite affordable to the people of the community. You don't really have to go far or go to another state literally to go and look for a university to attend. It's very open.
He said, I established that university to gather people from north, south, east, and west. That means he's a man of equal opportunities.
As he neared his exit, Chief Edwin Clark saw a reason to document his life, and that led him to author an autobiography titled Brutally Frank. The 25 chapters and 688 pages book chronicled the journey of his life, starting from his ancestry, his roles as a politician, activist, and nationalist. The story of late Pa Clark would not be complete without the mention of the Pan-Niger Delta Forum, PANDEF, the socio-political group he founded to expand his advocacy. Today, the organization has become a strong voice in advocating for the restructuring, development, and security of the Niger Delta. The forum has, over the years, become the foremost platform for dialogue on the region's issues such as resource control, environmental degradation, and political marginalization. As the leader of PANDEF, Clark worked hard to unite stakeholders and people of the Niger Delta. He also used the group to support governors of the Niger Delta and never fails to draw their attention to any misnomer in their states. The late Clark extended his wings across the Niger Delta, delving deep into the southeast and middle belt. Until his demise, he was also a leader of the Southern and Middle Belt Forum.
When he was alive, he keeps saying that God has blessed him so much that he probably couldn't have asked God for more, other than to say that God should continue to ensure that Nigeria is united, humanities are united, and that is what led him to establish the Pan-Niger Delta Forum, an ideological forum that says that yes, Niger Delta should live together in peace and equity.
He built bridges because he worked with our late leaders like Sardauna, like Tafawa Balewa. In the early days, they are the ones who worked for the independence of this country and did a great job in unifying, bringing the South and the North together.
As I said, we have lost another great leader that Nigeria had. This is somebody who is very, very nationalistic. He tries to ensure that things are done correctly. He's not He doesn't fear anything. He says the truth as it is. And these are the leaders that Nigeria needs at the moment. And to lose him when we are in this kind of distress in this country, it was a great loss to all of us.
It's a complete life. This man was an enigma. You know, he started from the very beginning. And sometimes you can call it a humble beginning, but he rose to become the champion of the Ijaw nation. He supported every Ijaw cause.
The key role the late Pa Clark played in negotiating the presidential amnesty program for Niger Delta militants during the administrations of Presidents Umaru Yar'Adua and Goodluck Jonathan will remain in the annals of the nation's history. Pa Clark's loud voice was heard clearly during what seemed like an orchestrated plan to deny Jonathan the presidency following the death of his boss, Yar'Adua.
I remember when some people wanted to gang up against Jonathan, he told me that he's not going to stay in Ijaw. Ijaw man is president. If he's not there, they will turn the president to something else. And before God, man, that was what our enemies were ready to turn Jonathan president to rubbish nonsense. So he said he's going to stay in Abuja with Jonathan. He's going to stay there. Anybody that wants to oppress us, we first meet him at the doorpost before the confrontation will start from there. And he did that.
On February 17, 2025, at the age of 97, the curtain fell. Pa Clark passed on peacefully, signaling the end of an era.
Something spectacular happened today. On that Sunday morning, so I was sitting down reading something, and then suddenly I heard him praying, shouting, praying. So the nurse told me, they said, because he always had nurses that were in the room, say he's praying, no. I said, yes, he's praying in our language. He's praying. Then he kept quiet. After a few minutes, he now said, I heard, I'm a Nigerian. So I went close to him, I said, Daddy, he said, I'm a Nigerian. I love Nigeria. Then he kept quiet. And I said, I'm a Nigerian. And that was the end.
Sadly, just within a few weeks of his demise, the Ijaw nation and the Niger Delta seem to be at crossroad. Today, an Ijaw son is facing the worst form of political persecution in Rivers State. An unwarranted imposition of emergency rule could have been fiercely challenged if Pa Clark was alive, hale and hearty.
What is happening in Rivers State is the last battle that he was fighting for his people, for the region, for democracy, for justice, for uprightness, for truth.
No doubt he could have done things very differently. In the current circumstances, with no love lost among the people, who will now? Who can?